our teams on the ground are stretched to the limit. This is because we have not been able to bring in any humanitarian supplies into the Gaza Strip since the war began on the 7th of October. The siege on the Gaza Strip must be lifted so that organizations like UNRWA are able to bring in much needed humanitarian supplies, including fuel for the water inside the Gaza Strip.
Juliette, I feel so sorry that it's reported 14 of your colleagues on the ground have been killed since the beginning of the war. And I know it must be very difficult for UNRWA to operate on the ground amid constant threat and acute supply shortages.
Yes, absolutely. We have lowered the UN flags to half-mast. We are in mourning for the colleagues we have lost in Gaza since the 7th of October, 14 of them, 5 teachers, 1 gynecologist, 1 engineer, several support staff. Some of them were killed while at home with their families. It is a very sad day for the United Nations around the world.
And what's the latest information you have about the possibility of bringing aid into Gaza? And is it possible to create a safe zone for those displaced?
So far for us, what we are calling for is to lift the siege on Gaza, because we are ready with supplies to deliver to the Gaza Strip. People are in need. People have been in need way before the war began. So, for example, 1.2 million people inside the Gaza Strip relied on food assistance from UNRWA. 80% of the population inside the Gaza Strip are poor. The highest unemployment among young people is in Gaza. Absolutely dependent on humanitarian aid. Gaza was like that before the war began. Now, with the siege and with the inability of organizations like UNRWA to bring in much needed supplies, we're not able to fulfill our mandate. So that's why it's critical that we're given immediately access to the Gaza Strip, so that we're able to deliver assistance to people who need us. And there are many people who need us.
And Juliette, we have learned that the US just vetoes humanitarian pools to allow humanitarian access to Gaza. And what's your take on that?
We would welcome a humanitarian pause. We call for the cessation of hostilities. We call for a ceasefire so that civilians are protected, so that people are safe. We have lost so many have been killed, so many civilians have been killed, so many colleagues of ours have been killed. It is time for safe humanitarian access into the Gaza Strip and for a ceasefire right away.
Thank you so much. That is Juliette Touma from UNRWA. Thank you so much for insight.
Thank you.